Hey guys, and welcome back to the Behind the Play podcast brought to you by One IQ Sports. I'm Will, that's DJ, and the first weekend of baseball is done. There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna talk a lot about the Jays. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Yankees and the Brewers, just because
I
that was a
thought so.
shit-kicking series, and there's now a lot of other stuff that's kind of played out throughout that series that have kind of led to a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll go to that,
Controversy.
but we'll go through this Blue Jays Orioles series. A split at 2-2 doesn't fall in line with either of our predictions.
Yeah, yours has gone out the window
Yeah, mine was
after
gone first
4
day.
innings.
Yeah, we're here, and let's just do a quick rip of game one. It starts out Jose Barrios on the hill. We're all thinking, yeah, here we go. And we learn real quickly Jose Barrios home openers. Opening day is just not it, man. Not it. He gets hit hard. Adley nukes him twice, I think.
Twice.
Cedric, Tyler O'Neill keeps his home run streak going. And then power hitter Jimenez comes out for a little bit. We get an Alan Roden first career hit. And there were some positives that came out of the game. There were some, you could feel okay about that. Sandlin, I think, pitched that game. I'm not 100% sure. Wyrot didn't look great, but I think Sandlin, from what I remember, looked okay. Other than that, I think Jacob Barnes was pitching in that game. It was,
yeah, it was not ideal.
Not great.
At all.
The negatives that I've cooked up here is Barrios bad, couldn't locate anything. Everything fastball tailed off, changeup kind of just didn't do shit, and the slurve hung like a motherfucker. Vladdy's at bats were atrocious. Let me say, felt like he was trying to do something. It felt like he was trying to tie the game with every swing, and when you're down by 10, you're just not going to be able to do that. So that was fun. I think he had the worst swing of his career, is what I saw on Twitter.
It was pretty bad.
Biggest whiff. It was like one of those sweepers that just was like never a strike at any point, and it was like 7 or 8 inches off the plate, and he swung at it. Not a great look. Overall, just shit.
Yeah, it's hard to single out Vladdy because
everyone sucked.
Bo had
Bo didn't have a good one.
Santander had an over. Yeah, I mean everyone just sucked at the top of the lineup. So.
I think genuinely, and I say this, and I don't think anyone's gonna question it or disagree. I think Alan Roden had the best AB of opening day. I think he had the best at bats out of anyone there.
Yeah,
not the best results. Jimenez obviously had the best result. But Alan Roden worked the count, hit the ball hard. He got his first MLB hit. He looked really good. He looked like a dude who'd kind of been there. So that looked good. Ultimately, Jays fall 12-2. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add just on how shit the game was.
No, it was hard to watch the first game. We were just getting dominated in every facet of the game. But like you said, I mean, first game, it's either going to be very good or very bad. It's pretty lopsided. Yeah, it's only game one. So
I don't know if you were following along to this on Twitter, but a few of us Blue Jay fans were actually calling opening day a must lose. So Johnny, one of the hosts on Gate 14, was like, the last couple of years, the Jays have won the home opener. Not fun seasons, we haven't really had the, let's go seasons where we take that run.
Yeah.
Vibes had to change. It was a must lose game one. They did that. Early on, must lose. They followed through on the plan. The vibes are going to be different this year. That being said, game two was a must-win game. And
yes.
I don't think I have a single negative out of that game. I don't know if you have anything maybe you want to say negatively about this game before I rip it and burn through it.
No, it felt pretty solid all the way through. I think Baltimore took the early lead in the first.
Yeah, Jackson Holiday, I think it was second inning, hits a ball, a deep center, Oppo, like 420-ish feet off Gosman.
Yeah.
I think Someone,
He
I
settles down.
got another one. It was 2-0 real quick, and we're kind of like, ah, shit, here we go again. Then we get like single, walk, slack
Error.
fly, weird error, lights up, let's get weird type shit in like the 4th inning. Jays put up a 5 spot, and then they get another 3 more runs later on. Springer looked good this game. Gosman was sick. I know what my negative is for this. Fucking Apple TV sucks dick.
Oh yeah.
Apple, I don't know if you saw this. They put up a graphic that said no Canada, and it had Otani, it had Pete Alonso, it had Roki Sasaki, it had Corbin Burns, it had Juan Soto. Fuck you.
I know, I seen that. Yeah. Oh, it said no Canada. That's what it said.
And then Will Wagner smokes a double, and they're like, "There's his first career extra base hit."
Oh my
And I
God,
was
they were
like,
actually pissing me
"That's
off.
sick. That's cool." Except for when you remember he had 2 home runs the year before.
Yeah.
In September. But Gosman was sick. I mean, he had a tick up in velo. The splitter was good. Painting the corners, that was awesome. Santander had a good game. He got his first Blue Jay hit. He drove in a couple runs, I'm pretty sure. Vlad kind of put some knocks in out of the way. It's kind of a full team performance. I did highlight Wagner because defensively at third, he was sick. Alan Roden had a diving catch. Overall, vibes were immaculate. City connects. The city was vibing. We were connected to the city. Besides the fact that you had to illegally stream it or watch it on Apple TV.
Yeah. My biggest thing with this game, the difference was seeing the top of the lineup again. They started 0 for 11 or something, and this game they all went 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies. Santander didn't drive any runs in, but he did have a walk too. So this is where the lineup started to pick up steam, and we've seen Springer with 2 hits, Wagner.
Yeah.
I mean, Ernie Clement comes in with a
double at his fucking shoelace. That was insane.
Yeah, doing his thing.
And then I'm trying to think. Great defense. Gosman for 6 or Gosman for 7. Then we went Jimmy, Garcia, and then I think we went Nick Sandlin to end the game.
Went Gosman, Garcia, Little, Sandlin.
Oh, yep, Little got hurt.
Yeah.
Sandlin, Garcia. Yep. But Little
Sandlin, little scary. Little scary Sandlin there with the control.
One game, get the jitters out of the way.
I will say he got fucked there because there was about 4 strikes.
Will Little sucks. The best was when they called ball 4 on Adley, and Adley stood there and he was like, "Hey man, take your base," and he's like, "What are you talking about?" That was my favorite part. But yeah, you got a hot mic this game. You got Schneider first inning. How the fuck you gonna call that? I thought we were gonna get a Peter Walker extension or fucking ejection. I was getting ready, man.
I mean, yeah, the strike zone has been really bad consistently throughout that series.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But yeah, game 2 was good. You rip into game 3. Hall of Fame debut for the Blue Jays, Max Scherzer. Second pitch. Yeah. Colton Cowser takes him deep, and you're like, no. Then he settles in. You're chilling. We're chilling. Then he gets hurt. Doesn't come back. He's on the IL. Richard Lovelady shows up as a lefty, and he proceeds to face 3 lefties with a result of hit by pitch, walk, and then a righty comes up and clears the bases, and you're like, well, isn't this lovely? Then Jacob Barnes shows up, and you're like, oh, this is just a fucking war crime at this point. He gives up 2 more runs. It's 6-4 for Baltimore, 7-4 for Baltimore, something insane. They win 9-5. I didn't have much. I don't even think I put positives for game 3.
The biggest positive for me and for probably the whole franchise was Bo Bichette making it on base 5 times with a walk, which was shocking.
Other than that, like I don't think
the back end of this bullpen looks really, really, really platinum. The rest, like the early
honestly,
guys,
it's not even early game. It's just the fact that they threw Richard Lovelady out there.
Right.
Like if you take out the 2 like AA quality arms out of this game, the Jays win 5-3.
but now you got to figure out, like, our depth gets pushed pretty hard to start the season,
No,
with
I
Serger
like Mason
pressuring.
Fluharty. I think he's going to be sick.
Mhm.
Easton Lucas could be something.
Not
Uh,
ideal though, with Max
no,
going
but I
down.
mean, when Swanson comes back, Ryan Burr, Dylan Tate will probably make his way in there some way, somehow. I
Mhm.
think. I think the bullpen's got the possibility to be in a really good spot come May. So I was gonna call this like a bullpen mishap, but it wasn't really a bullpen mishap. It was just Richard Lovelady's like a fucking like criminal. That was insane. I couldn't believe it. I never have been so angry in my life. And he like sits there, he's like, You're like,
Oh,
no, you just
Jimenez.
fucked up your only job.
Jimenez hit his second this game, right?
Um, did he?
Was it the third game?
Yeah, it
I
was.
think it was the
Yeah,
third
he
game.
did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Two home
didn't
runs.
really. There were positives. Jimenez's home run. I think
Oh,
Vladdy
just
drove in a couple of runs, or Springer drove
just
in.
one sack fly.
Um, but like overall, it wasn't solid. I
Right.
don't even like. I don't think Roden came in to pinch hit. He
Mhm.
flipped one off the bat. Ernie, I think, got the start here. I don't think Wags played. Um,
Yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
just
it was a back and forth game I felt like we could have won. And
it was
even
a
late in the
winnable
game,
game.
yeah, it was a winnable game. But, sometimes you come up a little short, and we did. Uh,
Oh, I do have some positives for Game 3. I have Bo, Wagner, Santander. Shout out those three. And
there you go,
Jimenez.
Santander. Yeah.
Game 4 ended up being a pitcher's duel. A bullpen taxed Chris Bassett, the Hound on the mound, laid his cock all over that franchise over in Baltimore. He goes 6 innings, strikes out like 6 or 7 guys, made a whole bunch of them look stupid, stranded at base runners every inning. Orioles' only run comes in the first inning. And then Springer drives in 2 in the bottom of the first. Then Tyler Heineman hits a home run first time since September 25th,
Good for him.
2019. Threw a little
Good
bat
for
flip
him.
in there. The Game 4 negatives I had was just overall batted ball luck. A lot of balls got hit almost too hard. They squared them up too much that
Mhm.
they were right at someone. And then Miles Straw. Just sucks seeing him in the lineup, man. I'm not gonna lie. It it was like a 7-man lineup today with like the heroic lucky swing of the bat from Heineman. The positives I threw was Bo, Bassett, Jimenez, and then the bullpen fucking rocked today.
Yeah, and Guerrero got unlucky today, I feel like today
Yeah,
he
that
was
was a part of
squaring up
the
the ball.
overall bad
Yeah.
ball luck there.
Yeah, no, I think it was a pretty solid, like, team effort. The offense, like, came through. I mean, Springer, I love where he's at in the lineup.
Yeah,
Him throwing his bat at that uh, curve, I think it was, or the changeup or something. He just threw the bat at the ball, got it out there. That was like, I mean, that won us the game. So that was huge because the
it's
pitching
nice to
really,
see.
really locked down. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was really nice.
Some notes I have from this series is that the depth is needed. Like, don't want to throw
Yeah.
pressure on anyone, but like Mason Fluharty is gonna have to be, or Fluharty, sorry, is gonna have to be like fucking good right away, because
Yeah.
like then you're looking at Josh Walker and you're like, ooh. The only thing I would say that is evidently clear is that cutting Ryan Yarbrough, we knew it the second it happened was a mistake. This team needs him badly, especially if
Mhm.
Yariel goes to the rotation, which I fucking hope he doesn't. I think he's sick back end of the bullpen. But like this
He looked
team
really good.
needs a multi-inning guy, and that's
Mhm.
Yarbrough. Um, so it'll be interesting to see. I think Easton Lucas is going to take a whole brunt of that. We won't know. I think Friday was Max Scherzer's next scheduled start, so they have a little bit of time to figure it out. I wouldn't be shocked if they throw like a spot start in there. I don't think Jake Bloss gets the nod yet, unless he balls out. I think it's Tuesday they play next in Buffalo. So there's
Yeah.
that. I had Barnes and Lovelady can't remain on this bullpen if the team wants to win. Lovelady got DFA'd. Barnes is next. Your time is ticking. I have Wagner has been sick at third base. And honestly, when you need, with how good and how hard this month is, I don't like to say this, but like you need to put the best lineup out there every day. I wouldn't be shocked if we're talking about Wagner being the everyday third baseman in like 2 weeks. Just like
No,
because it has to be quick. And it sucks because Ernie's good, but he's having a slow start. And as much as he deserves to play, if Wagner's hitting 300 and snagging the balls at third base, like Ernie might find himself, unfortunately, on the bench. I hope he turns it around. They can continue to platoon it.
Yeah, no, he looks sick. I was gonna mention that first game, and throughout the whole series, like he's just looked comfortable, like getting to balls everywhere. And his arm is just pinstripe. Like
It's been sick.
it's been really nice to watch. Rodriguez and Hoffman were lights out. They like Rodriguez today was so nasty.
Oh,
I don't know
dude.
what the fuck the
I think he
difference
touched
was,
like
but
98 today.
yeah, he was
I don't know if
gross.
it's like
Looked
just the
unhittable.
mindset of like just leave it all out on the table for one inning helps him. But like, dude, he's got the potential to be nasty as nasty setup guy or even closer, dude. Like he's sick.
Yeah. I mean, I like Hoff. He was,
Hoff is the
I mean,
closer, but
yeah, yeah,
Ariel could be every other, like, if Hoff's pitched 2 days in a row and you're like, oh, we need a third,
yeah.
Rodriguez could go in there. You could push Green in there. I don't know how much we want to do that. And Garcia can get in there as well.
No, it was as good as it gets for pitching so far. This was like our best pitching day by far.
Yeah,
Bassett, Little, they just all did their thing
it was good
and
to
made it
watch.
easy. Yeah.
I think it's pretty evident that Alan Roden has to be in the lineup just almost every day. I don't want to say every day, but he's got to be like if you're going to play 5 games or 6 games in a week, he's got to be in there 5 times, type thing. I just think if you give him the opportunity, he's just going to go. So I don't want to see him on the bench too much. I understood Saturday putting him on the bench. You give him 2 games on the Friday night to the Saturday afternoon. Let him just chill it out, take a day to like settle in, and then come back in later the next day. I don't mind that.
Mhm.
I know that some people were freaking out. Then doesn't really matter. But Bo's been swinging the bat well. Vladdy has
Seeing the
very
ball well.
bipolar games. When he's
Yeah.
on, he's on. But when he's off, you feel the wind all the way over in like BC, man.
He's just starting. We've seen this with him before.
Yeah.
And with Bo, I like that he's taking walks. That's a big, huge thing that I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
he's doing that.
I think it's pretty obvious we need another starter ASAP. That's not Yariel Rodriguez and probably not Jake Bloss. So either you're running someone like Easton Lucas, or you're flipping a trade early, or you're looking at like bullpen days, but like that just kills you in April, man, if you're throwing a bullpen day. So
I agree.
like, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I wouldn't mind Easton Lucas if he can go 5 innings, and then like maybe you throw Yariel for 2, and then you kind of see what the rest of the team looks like. But it's
It is scary. Like I said, depth is an issue right now. And when you have, that's the chance you take with somebody like Max, and he
yeah,
goes down so early. And you got a bunch of young guys fighting for opportunities.
yeah.
It's like you got to figure it out, but that we will. And
I
the next series is going to be good.
I assume there's gonna be a lot of fans. I think the Bisons are still at home in Buffalo this week for Jake Bloss's start. I assume the Blue Jays are gonna have some people there just to see if there's any chance.
Mhm.
I don't like rushing him because I thought the Astros rushed him. But like if it's for a start, I guess you do it. But like I'd rather see him get regular, just kind of roll through AAA. But we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess next is the the Nationals for 3. I think pitching matchup is Bowden Francis versus Mike Soroka, game 1. Then it's Barrios versus Trevor Williams, game 2. And then Gausman versus Gore for game 3. The Nationals bullpen has been hot dog water. We're talking like 11 earned runs or something like that in 3 games, 5 home runs. This was coming into today.
They won 5-1, I think, today.
Yeah, but like Thursday and Saturday, maybe Friday and Saturday, I don't remember what fully they did for their schedule because I don't think they played 4. But their bullpen was not looking great. I don't know what they looked like today. Obviously better if they didn't allow 8,000 runs. But I think the Jays have they have the opportunity to put up some crooked numbers early on and build that offensive confidence, and kind of put up some Yankee scores. Like I think that it's just you have to win 2 out of 3. Have to. If you don't, you're not making the playoff. Like it's just you're not going to be a competitive team. You got to beat up on teams that are worse than you. This is your opportunity. You gotta, if you walk out of this series and you head to Citi Field in Queens as a 4-3 team, I think you feel pretty good about that, considering who you played. You can walk out 5-2. I think
that's
we're
ideal.
all feeling pretty good.
I think we shouldn't I mean, it's still a win at the end of the day, but against a team like the Nationals, I think I don't want to see 3-1 wins. I think this is a series where
crooked numbers.
Yeah, like you said, we need some confidence in this lineup. There's still like little inconsistencies, and you don't want to fall into that early. Get comfortable, use these guys. Look at some film. They're obviously not going to have the best pitchers in the league, so go out there and take some risk. Swing harder against these guys that can't locate and can make mistakes.
I would say don't go out of don't change your game plan or your attack plan. Go through what you're going to do. Don't create a bad habit of swinging at shit pitches. Just fucking, I don't know. They just have a time. They have the opportunities to get some guys going. Like Vladdy could probably keep her going. I think Santander, who's normally like a slow starter, has the opportunity to kind of find himself, maybe get himself into an early groove, maybe knock one out. I think this is a series where Rodon plays 2 out of 3. I don't know if I'd start him against Mackenzie Gore. Just lefty on lefty isn't solid, but I don't know fully what the options would be like. This is a series for Wagner. I'm putting him in all 3 games. If you can hit the lefty, run with the job. Big series for Ernie to kind of get back here. I think we'll see some Davis Schneider action. I really hope we don't see any Tyler Heineman action. I don't think we will. I don't know if the Wednesday game is an afternoon game, though. If it is, we probably do. If it isn't, because Wednesday's travel day, I guess, technically, for Washington, most likely. The Wednesday's a 1:07 start time, so 3:07 Toronto time.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Gore struck out 13 guys over 6 innings on the opening day, so that's going to be interesting. But Washington's 1-2 on the year.
Yeah, no, I agree. We need pitching to pitch with confidence. What did you say the matchups were?
It's Francis against Soroka. It's Barrios versus Williams, and then Gausman versus Gore. Game 3 is the only game where it's if you lose that one, I can see it. Mackenzie Gore's a dog. But you can't let Trevor Williams and Mike Soroka fucking dog walk you. You have to hit them.
And Barrios has to bounce back too.
Yeah, we got to see a better Barrios. I do think we'll see a better Barrios game.
Me too.
So it'll be fun. I don't know. I think we should throw Blue Jay of the Week out here real quick. Unless we want to talk about the torpedo bats, which we can do as well.
That can come to last.
Okay. Yeah, so Blue Jay of the Week, Andres hit, or I guess not Blue Jay of the week, Blue Jay of the series, Andres Jimenez. Hit 2 home runs, the best power hitter on the Blue Jays team, highest OPS, I'm pretty sure. If you were to tell me out of the 2 Venezuelan players that we brought in, and you were to tell me that one of them would have had 2 home runs by the end of the series, I probably would have guessed Santander. But Jimenez is a nice surprise. I like that. Predictions. Let's get some predictions in here.
Okay.
I mean, I can go first because I think you went first last time.
Yeah, hit it.
I have 2-1. 2-1.
Okay.
They take both the first 2 games, and then Mackenzie Gore kind of walks them. It's an afternoon game. We're probably seeing Miles Straw in there, maybe even a Nathan Lukes with Tyler Heineman. So we'll see. I say 2-1. And I say Bo Bichette wins Blue Jay of the series.
Okay, I am going to go. I don't want to copy you. I think the Blue Jays are going to get the sweep. We cannot afford to lose this series, so it's either 2-1 or 3-0. I think there's zero. I mean, obviously
Well,
there's
there
2
is.
more options, but yeah. But no. Anyway, I think if we beat Gore, we're gonna beat up on their bullpen, so we gotta get to him early or at least drive his count up. So hopefully we can squeak that out. Plus, it's Gosman, so Gosman looked pretty good. If he has the same command and stuff he had in the first game, then I think he could easily dog walk this lineup, and we win that last game probably 4-1.
Oh yeah,
is what I would guess. And I would like Santander to be the player of the series.
Perfect. Yeah, I figured after my 4-0 opening day prediction, I had to reel her back into reality a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess we can talk about the Yankees series just because it's made so many headlines and waves throughout the world. They dog walked Milwaukee. They beat them. The first game, I don't remember what the score is. It was like something normal, like 5-3 or something like that. Then they win 20-9. They hit 9 home runs. It's a franchise record. Still not as good as the 1987 Toronto Blue Jays, who hit 10 home runs, but they put an effort in. I'll give them that. Paul Goldschmidt, Cody Bellinger, and Aaron Judge hit back-to-back home runs on the first 3 pitches of the game. Austin Wells hit a home run. I think it was. Was it Wells or it was Wells? Hit the 4th home run of the inning. They were up 4-0. Judge had 3 home runs by the 4th inning, including a grand slam. And then we learn that Jazz Chisholm, Anthony Volpe, and someone else, not sure who, maybe Austin Wells, are using these new bats called torpedo bats, which have to get approved by the league. They're team-made bats, which right away sets off my alarms of, well, that's not normal. Like, when we saw, like, the Astros and, like, their home numbers were a lot better than their away numbers, and pitchers struggled in there, and you heard some weird things, and you're like, that's weird. And then their video guys, like, walking around and setting up weird spots. And you're like, that's interesting. I'm not saying this to the same extent, but team-made bat is like,
And then 2 of those guys, maybe even 3, get home runs.
Yeah, well, Jazz hit another one today. Like, absolute piss missile. Volpe hit one yesterday, I guess Saturday when this goes out, type thing. It's just, like, it falls under league rules. Like, they got MLB approved. And apparently other guys use them. I think the Twins catcher was using it today. Davis Schneider uses it. But, like, a Judge isn't using it. Vladdy, like, the power, it's like, to square it up. I understand kind of what it is and why they're using it. It just feels like one of those things that is going to see a rule.
Yeah.
You know? For sure. It's either going to see a rule or we're going to see everyone use it. But it's setting
like
off
the Jew falls.
Like red flags,
Yeah.
Like, I saw the tweet and I was like, well, that's not sketchy at all.
Yeah. teammate bat sounds fishy.
Yeah, like if it was
That's
like
fishy.
they like
Official
ordered
MLB.
it, even if it was like Rawlings, or like something like it was designed by an MIT professor, I believe, or an MIT like graduate who works with the Yankees. Um, it's just team made. It's like what is fully involved in that, you know?
Right.
It
Yep.
brings out the how is that legal question.
I
And then you
agree.
see the offensive output they threw out this weekend, and you're like, ugh.
It doesn't help you have, I mean, Aaron Judge on in the lineup,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, but Aaron Judge is using a normal bat. I'm talking
exactly.
like
No, that's what I'm saying. He
Anthony
boosts the,
Volpe is like
yeah, exactly.
a
That's the
guy
contract.
where you're like, okay, Anthony Volpe might hit you 240 on a year, and he, hit a nuke. Piss missile. Austin Wells hit a couple. Jazz Chisholm, who's like, good for 20, right? Like a league
Yeah,
average power bat,
exactly.
hit a few, and you're like, whoa, like what's going on here?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just kind of like I don't know.
It is.
It's gonna
No,
be
it
weird.
really is. And the whole league's feeling the same way. I mean, it's weird. Like I said, it's just like the juiced balls. At first, you're like, what's happening right
Yeah.
now? And then it catches on, and then things get changed really quick nowadays. And I don't see this lasting more than 2 months.
I forget. I
To be
think it was
honest.
Tyler McGill. I'm not sure. And he basically put the league on like call. He was like, yeah, they won't do anything because it's the Yankees.
Oh,
Which I thought was interesting. I
then
I know I've seen some player comments. I can't like specifically name who's who because it was more yesterday. Um,
yeah.
but I saw some player comments that were kind of like they weren't the biggest fans of it.
Oh,
So it'll be interesting to see. I think that's just kind of one of the stories to follow through. They did put up like 50 runs in the first 3 games. So like interesting.
yeah.
And then Jake Bowers, funny enough, first baseman for the Brewers is tied for team lead on pitching appearances. 3 games in, he has 2.
Crazy.
That's insane.
That is insane. They got beat up.
That bad.
My thing for me, it's like if it's legal and if it's an advantage, everyone start using it until it goes. Don't bitch about it. Just do it.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, I'm not talking like get a guy like Bo Santander or like Vladdy
If you
using it,
want to use it
but
though.
like get a guy like Davis is a great guy to get using it. I'd probably get Wagner to try it out.
Waggy. Yeah.
Roden, maybe. I don't know if you want to mess with a rookie too much. Springer, I
Bottom
think
of
would
that lineup guy.
advantage. Springer would benefit a lot from it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see. We'll see how long this lasts. It's just weird that like it's like all of a sudden just here. Like you think you'd hear about this thing called
Yeah.
a torpedo bat, and then next thing you know, it's just debuted in a game. You're like, what the fuck is this?
If it is a student, right? So
No, it
maybe
was a
they.
graduate, like some sort of
Oh.
like a really smart dude who like works in the Yankees front office, like some sort of like engineer dude, I'd assume. But it was just I don't know, it triggered my like the sirens were going off. Like that's sketchy. I think it was the
Yeah.
team
No.
built thing that if it wasn't team built, I don't think I'd have like as much of a sketch with it. It's just
Right.
we've seen what happens when teams bring initiatives into the league. Um, Houston, it turns weird. Or Boston when they decided that trying to use Apple Watches would be fun for a year and they won a World Series. Although they didn't use it in the playoffs. I'm just saying when teams introduce something, it's usually
Yeah.
because there's a loophole in the rule that they're going to take advantage of until it's gone.
I I mean, if it's allowed, it's allowed, and I mean, at least they're getting quick on it, and it's getting a lot of attention with the Astros. It was kind of like, kind of like
It took us
hearsay.
3 years.
Yeah, So at least it's like out there. They're using new bats. This player, this player, this player, and it looks great. Like there's no way you would like not see it because it looks crazy.
Oh, it's so noticeable.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, no, that the first weekend was nice to have baseball back, man.
it
It's
was.
good to watch
I'm
everybody. I
excited.
mean,
I'm gonna be able to watch 2 full games start to finish this week.
nice.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
interruptions. That's gonna be awesome.
me too. I was able to watch this one today, start to finish. I think that was the only one I was able to watch start to finish, but I
Yeah,
obviously watched all the highlights and
I was
shit.
able to watch like 99% of this one through work, and then I watched a good portion of Friday. Um, yeah,
Good to be
awesome.
back, man.
Well, we
A
will
great
see
feeling.
you either Thursday or Friday to recap the National Series and to preview. I think it's the Mets next, so that'll be
Mets,
fun.
yep.
Final words is that Bob Nightingale reports that the Jays and Vladdy are inching closer to a 14 or 15-year extension. So I guess that'll be a fun thing to keep an eye out because that means that they are talking and have completely gone against Vladdy's words of I don't want to talk during the season to like, well, I mean, $600 million can change my mind. So
Yeah.
that's where we're at. So I guess we'll see you all in a few days. Go, Jays, go. Be sure to subscribe. Bye.